7 Worst President in the History of Modern Africa. Democracy is less of a reality in Africa than it is in other parts of the world. They seem to be more accustomed to forms of rule like autocracy and tyranny. Effective governance has, however, started to spread slowly but surely across Africa in recent years. African leaders are evolving toward greater democracy and populist accountability while still upholding basic freedoms and rights. Similar to this, oppressive regimes are falling and being replaced by more favorable ones. The truth is that there are still a lot of bad apples in the world. An African saying states that when the wind blows, the bird's anus is seen. The current crop of Africa's worst presidents, which is hopefully the last, are being exposed via this platform. Let's get going. 7. Jacob Zuma, South Africa. South Africa, the continent's second largest economy, would rank among the nations with a moderate standard of life if it weren't for ineffective leadership. Over the years, President Zuma's administration has been mired in scandal after scandal, and despite the president's unending promises, the economy of the nation has not improved. Like in many other African nations, the South African judicial system is corrupted to benefit and defend the powerful. The president is likely spearheading the charge as corruption reaches its peak. Education is so weak that it can't even do even of the most fundamental tasks correctly. Industrial strikes, nepotism, and tribalism are growing more prevalent, much to the miserable detriment of the underprivileged masses. 6. Olusegun Dramani Ouattara, Côte d'Ivoire. Olusegun Ouattara, the president of the Ivory Coast, poses on the TF1 TV set on September 13, 2011, in Paris, before an interview that was a part of the evening news program. To say that linking Ouattara's government with democracy is outlawed is not an exaggeration. Mr. Ouattara's administration has been nicknamed bloody because to the way he took power and how he has been using it. Without the strong backing of Western powers, especially France, he would not have been able to take office. Fighting between the two presidential contenders, Mr. Ouattara and Mr. Gbagbo, resulted in the deaths of around 3,000 people and the rape of about 50 women. After taking office, President Ouattara was expected to utilize his position to influence the reconciliation process and bring back peace and togetherness to the nation, but the opposite has occurred. 5. Teodoro Nguema Mbasogo, Equatorial Guinea. Since August 1979, when he brutally overthrew his uncle Francisco Macas Nguema, he has been in charge of Equatorial Guinea, a small but resource-rich nation in West Africa. Despite being one of the world's top oil producers and having one of the highest per capita incomes, Equatorial Guinea's population are not always prosperous. Although he governs a nation with a $30,000 per capita income, which is unheard of in sub-Saharan Africa, the most of the oil profits go to his family and close friends. As a result, 70% of the nation's 680,000 residents live in poverty and have limited access to basic necessities like clean water. 4. Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria. Muhammadu Buhari, the president of Nigeria, may have won the 2015 elections on a platform of change and a promise to fight corruption, but is also one of Africa's worst leaders. And his health isn't the only thing that's failing him. The president has made no progress against corruption, with far too few convictions to count. The country is now far more divided than before as a result of the revival of the IPOB movement. The president's health has also prompted a wave of death rumors and the formation of a number of conspiracy theories regarding what exactly is happening in the corridors of power. Despite assertions to the contrary, many people in Nigeria continue to struggle. 3. South Sudan Salva Kiir. The youngest nation on earth has been at war since its founding, making its ruler one of Africa's worst. Few tranquil times have been experienced in South Sudan as President Salva Kiir and his deputy continue to argue over who should be in charge as the populace suffers. The best explanation for the situation in South Sudan may be that the grass suffers when elephants fight. While the government is in chaos and the rebels are still engaged in military conflict, South Sudanese civilians are uprooted, in need of food, and unable to find security in their own country. 2. King Mswati III, Swaziland. Mswati, the last absolute monarch of sub-Saharan Africa, has come under fire for enjoying a luxurious lifestyle while his people go hungry. More than 70% of the people in the nation live on less than $1 per day, and 40% of them are unemployed. Despite the suffering of the Swazi people, King Mswati has shown neither sympathy or care. He leads a lavish lifestyle, spending the wealth of his kingdom on German cars, first-class vacations throughout the globe, and women. Mswati is a prolific polygamous man. While his country struggles, he is consumed with romantic relationships and sensual pleasures. He now has 27 offspring from his first 14 wives and future brides. 1. Omar al-Bashir, Sudan. Currently, Omar al-Bashir holds the top spot among Africa's worst presidents. He overthrew Prime Minister Sadiq al-Cabinet, Mahdi's, who had been duly elected by the Sudanese people, in a bloodless military coup in 1989. After seizing power, al-Bashir swiftly shut down all privately owned media outlets, the parliament, and all political parties in the nation. His administration has been characterized by a civil war that has caused the relocation of millions of people and nearly 1 million fatalities. Al-Bashir is still wanted by the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity, including ordering and supporting the violence against Southern Sudan. Thanks for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. Thanks.